Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 64 of MCEternal, where today I want to play more with Nature's Aura. This mod looks pretty cool. Like I said, I've played with it a little bit in the past, but not a huge amount, so I'm really interested to see, like, you know, what all kinds of cool stuff is in here. It's definitely a mod worth investigating, right? So I think we want to start today with the Natural Altar, right? Which is a rudimentary yet effective way of collecting aura early on. After creating the setup shown on the following page, the altar will start slowly draining aura in the vicinity. However, it is not strong enough to cause major damage, making it only drain until there is none left in the area. Okay. The collected aura can then be used as shown on the following pages. Cool. So this is how you make the natural altar. And we can make goldstone bricks with something. And then we can use it to make infused iron, which is basically a crafting material, I presume. That's cool. And we can also make an infused block from in stone. All right, cool. So that looks pretty straightforward. So I'm thinking we might build that structure over here-ish and be prepared. Let's see. I want to keep an eye on the chunk lines here because where we place things, I suspect aura is chunk sensitive-ish, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to figure that out. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll figure it out together. We're going to science it up. So let me get the resources, right? So from Nature's Aura, we want to get the altar, right? We're going to add that to the to-do list. Altar of birthing. That's what we use for the, for all. Wow, you can make all kinds of things from that. Neat. But what we're going to make is this dude, right? Which needs a token of joy, which is an apple, bottled sunlight, torch, some kind of flower, gold leaf, and iron. Okay, that's a lot of things. But we can make it happen, right? So apple, gold leaf. I'm going to get normal torches back. And I believe iron was on the list. Okay. What else did we have on there? Some kind of flower, right? I think dandelion should probably work. That should be cool. Okay, I'm going to put you away. Apple, iron. Cool. Bottled sunlight. And we also had the gold leaf and the torch. Okay. And then you do your thing, buddy. And grow. Could we use bone meal? Sure. But this generally works just as well. Generally. Oh, you know what else I need? Hold on. I almost forgot. That's better. Okay, do the thing. Or don't. There you go. Nice. That is cool. I like that crafting mechanic. That is definitely different. And it's nice to have a little bit of difference, you know? Oh, did I already make one of those, or do I get two of those at a time? Oh, I get two per craft. Okay, cool. That's neat. Alright, so now I need 3 smooth stone and a gold ingot. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. Okay. So 3 smooth stone, a gold ingot, and a gold leaf. And then replace this stuff. Get yourself another sapling. And we should be good now to make this altar. Sweet. That is cool stuff. I wonder if, like, different recipes have different crafting times, or if it's always the same. This one feels like it's taking longer. But maybe that's just my imagination. Dude, look at all those particle effects just as it all... That is neat. That is cool. Alright, let's take a quick nap before, you know, midnight mobs show up. and do the thing. All right, so now what we're going to try out, I think I want to center this with the existing structure here, but I'm debating whether I want to rearrange this. I'm thinking I should maybe. So that needs an axe, huh? Do I have one of those? I do. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this out and make it sand again. And then what I'm going to do is shift it so that it's centered in the chunk, right? Where is my... There he is, exchanger. Right, so you're going to do that. And then you're going to come over here. And I'm just going to center you in the chunk, give or take. Now, the problem is chunks are, you know, an even number of blocks, so you can't center them easily. But... that should work, right? Okay. Didn't super mean to do that, but that's okay, we can fix it. Perfect. Alright. And now what I'm going to do is have a similar structure over here. Well, I don't know if the Druidic Altar needs that, so let's leave it as is. Let's get this thing reset up the way it should be. So let's simulate where the... that looks off by 1. It still looks off by 1. Why am I having so much trouble centering this thing? Oh, right, because it's 14. That's right. It's an even number. Do I want to... what I could do is just trim it up. All right, guys, we're back. So, let's do the thing. It's a little bit tricky to place all this correctly, but I think we'll figure it out. I think we'll figure it out. Hey. That's cool. You kind of see like a highlighting effect when you're mousing over the thing, and it tells you if you're kind of placing the right block. That's neat. I like that. I think that's cool. And then we need wood in the center like this, kinda. Okay. Nice. Alright, so now this needs to be this dude. In the center here is what? That I didn't quite see. Does it show me in the book? Can I, like... yeah, it's a little hard to see what goes underneath that thing. Think it matters what goes under it? I don't know, we'll find out. We're sciencing it up, folks. Now, I don't think there has to be a block there, per se. And then on top here goes one of these things. And again, this doesn't look like it needs a block. It doesn't need to have one there, obviously. I don't think it'll hurt to have one there. Okay. I'm kind of digging this. Neat little structure. And you can see on the top, I like how it shows, like, you know, what's left. Ah! Who's stealing me? Excuse me, sir. No, thank you. No. No Rifter. Bad. Bad. Bad Rifter. You know, I was just trying to take a nap. Mr. Rifter, not very kind. Alright. So then... that would be that. And then I believe, if I did all this correctly, that we just place this dude now? Hooray! Structure complete! Nice! Alright. So progress. Progress indeed. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Alright, now what's it doing to the aura? Right? Because this aura was pretty solid. And it seems a little bit low at the moment. Look, it's filling up. This dude's filling up. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to try to do is understand how we can, you know, do stuff. So So let's see, I would like surface area, please. And place on top. Bing. There you go. Not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, this guy's draining aura out of the chunk, right? This guy's filling up with aura. Now our adjacent chunks getting drained? They definitely appear to be. So adjacent chunks are drained of aura as well, which is cool. So now let's try planting our tree, which supposedly will help. Right? So let's do a piece of dirt and this dude and watering can. Hello. Sweet. Now, if I remember correctly, and if I understand correctly, this tree, the leaves, have a bunch of aura in them, and they will decay over time and leach aura into the environment. That's cool. It even has a little progress bar when you mouse over it to look at it. Now, is this thing a tile entity? Might be? I don't know. I don't see any metadata down there on the right. So I'm assuming it might be a tile entity, so we're sciencing, guys. We're sciencing. Now that didn't seem to speed up the emptying of the aura in any way. So maybe not a tile entity? I don't know. Clearly there's some data on these leaves, but it didn't look like metadata according to the right. Like, it doesn't have like a stage number or something like that. I bet if I grabbed integrated dynamics, we could look at the innards, but for now, we'll keep an eye on things. So the natural altar is full. The aura draining is complete, so it's drained the aura. But now we're recharging the aura by having the ancient leaves in this area here. That's cool. I like that mechanic. Okay. So now we can craft with this dude, right? Oh yeah, one of these leaves is getting real low. So yeah, you can see the aura bar on the left. It's starting to climb again, and I'm assuming that's happening in adjacent chunks as well. So that's neat. Okay, cool beans. And then obviously we can make more of these leaves. I wonder if these leaves drop saplings. Like if I cut this tree down, will I get any saplings for this? Oh, should we try it? I guess we could science it up, right? See if ancient saplings drop from the leaves. And survey says, yes, ancient saplings, look at that. So we hang on to a few of those, and that would be cool, right? Nice. Alright, so then you'll go back to recharging the aura in the environment, and I'll be back in a sec. Oh yeah, check it out. So the aura is looking much repaired at this point. So that's cool. So this thing basically charged up, has a little bit of a battery going on. Now let's look at making iron and turning it into the green metal from this mod and see what that's all about. So we've got this dude. The natural altar is complete, right? And I presume maybe we have to do infused iron or infused rock at this point to see what happens next. So let's see, do we have any more stone hanging out in here? We have a little bit, but not a ton. So if I do that... Nice. Okay. Advancement made, Iron Factory, and we unlocked a thing. Super cool. So if I remember correctly, I think we could hopper this dude in and out, right? Now, I think last time we played with this mod, we didn't have access to things like thermal pipes easily, right? So just cook up a little bit more electrum. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Or did we have... We do. You know what? Item conduits would probably be the best way. That's generally speaking the best approach. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a filter. Times 2. Okay. And what we're going to have is one chest here. And we're going to set you up. Do I have a Yeta wrench yet? Did I ever make one of those? I don't even know. Probably. Did I not make a Yeta wrench ever? I guess I don't technically need one. I always like the Yeta wrench. But on the east, we're going to extract on green, insert on brown. And over here, we're going to extract on brown, insert on green. And then on the east, your extract will have a filter. It will whitelist, and you are allowed to do iron and smooth stone. And you probably don't need a filter. Well, you probably should. So your extract filter, infused iron, and in a moment, we'll teach you to do this as well. Cool. So now, we put some things in there, and we've got automation. That's what's up. Love me a little automation. Beautiful. How cool is that? Nice and simple, right? Nothing too fancy, but it works. I do think it's cool how the leaves like turn gray or brown, I guess, and decay like that. That's neat. Oh look, and it actually drops. So you know what I should do? They drop saplings when they decay. So I should have some kind of vacuum hopper thingy, right? Vacuum chest, would that have a big enough area of effect? We'll have to see. Why don't we make one of these? That shouldn't be too bad to make. Yeah, let that guy... I mean, that's pretty good range, right? We'll let him chill there, and then as saplings drop in the world, they'll get vacuum chested into that thing, right? And that would be cool. I like that. All right, cool. So how are we doing over here? We got some infused iron cooking, which looks good to me. I'm getting half a stack of each, right? So half a stack of infused iron, half a stack of infused rock. I have no idea how much of either I need, but we're gonna find out. And we're gonna open up our book next. Cool. So why don't I just real quick put away some stuff I don't necessarily need in my inventory at this exact moment, like all my building gadgets. And you guys should be pretty much done for the time being. I'd love to mute that ding sound, but life goes on. Oh my goodness, look at all this. There's all new things happening. My oh my. Harnessing aura. Creating aura. Natural items. Cool. Bucket of infinite color, huh? Mechanical devices. I like it all. I like it all. Let me read through this a little bit, and I'll see what's interesting, and we'll come back in a sec to see what we can make. Alright, so it looks like we could make a crumbling catalyst, and that would allow us to augment this altar, and all we'd have to do is place it on top of one of these 4 golden bricks, and it turns the altar into something that can crush stuff. That's interesting. Oh, hey, it's dark out, but it's also light out. You know what that means? You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That's an exciting time. That means Horologam's gonna be in the sky tonight. Ooh, nobody panic now. Nobody panic, but that's a good time. And we've got a bunch of pure crystals that we can turn into Horologam. I'm gonna absolutely do that. I am gonna absolutely do that when the time comes. What in the world is this? Am I still discovering new things in this mod pack? What in the what? Cow pet. Okay. Ow, sir. No. Not what we'd call polite. What is this even? Inventory pets cloud. Okay. That's a thing. Some nuggets. I mean, all this stuff is just craftable, I presume, right? Yes. So what's the cow do? Removes negative potion effects, fills empty buckets with milk. Favorite food, wheat. Okay, why do you keep spawning, buddy? I'm not complaining that you're spawning, I just don't see a mob spawner. Anyway, that was interesting. Let's wait for nighttime. I want to make a few Horologium crystals if I can, if you guys wouldn't mind. Because that's the tick accelerator, remember? Area of effect, tick acceleration. Yes, please. I do want to play with that this series if I can at some point. I have to figure out like a good use for it, but that would be cool. So I'll be back in a minute once it's nighttime here, and then we can do that. Isn't there like a... there's an inventory pets like bag or something that you can keep these guys in. There's lots of cool inventory pets. The best one, I think, is the loot pet. Bonus drops from mobs and mining. But I don't know where you get him from. Some of these guys are craftable. Some you can buy, right? Super speed boost. And most of them need to be fed. Double chest pet. That's cool. Spider pet. Allows you to walk on walls. Quantum crystal monster pet. Summons minions. Infinite arrows. Yeah, there's some cool pets, to be sure. Gives you snowballs. And you have to feed them. I think there's some kind of bag. Though, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the bag... Solstice sword, huh? Maybe the bag... Feed bag. The bag is for food. So, there's not a bag to keep the pets in, it's for food. But I will hang on to that inventory pet. That is cool. Anyway, nighttime, and then we'll make some... I'm just taking a quick break. Because now that, like, that only happens once every X number of days. I think it's 36 Minecraft days. So when that happens, you want to stop what you're doing and get the Horologium. So back in a minute. Alright, so... Horologium, do your stuff. He should be in the sky tonight. Oh my, it's very dark. It is a very, very dark night. We might need to wait a few minutes for him to show up, but he should. He should show up. Do the thing. Oh, look, there he is. Horologium. That's him. That's him. He's there. Yay. Just get to the point where this thing will work and I'll be happy. And I've got all the crystals ready to drop. Maybe you should stay here just in case any bad guys show up. There it is. Horologium. Nice. Alright, so I'm just going to make 6 of these. That'll be enough for 3 rituals, remember? Because you want 1 that's going to be a collector and 1 for the actual ritual itself. So 3 rituals equals 6 crystals. I'm just going to make this off camera. You guys don't want to sit here and watch this happen 6 times, I presume. So we'll be back, and then we'll go back to Nature's Aura. Okay, so it looks like we've got a sandstorm a-brewing, but we've also got 6 Horologium perfect crystals. So that will be for use later. So by the way, all my crafting over here finished, and look, my tree's dead. Wah, wah. Now do we get, we did get some saplings. Sweet. And my axe, we're just gonna cut them down. But I am also curious to see how the aura's holding up, right? So the aura's a little bit low. So we definitely repaired it a lot with that tree. It's a little bit low. Right, now hopefully this thing can grow, even though that... Oh good, he can. Sweet. Good, and then we got more leaves, and it's the leaves that do the aura repair, right? So the wood, no. The leaves, yes. I wonder if there'd be a way to automate that. Like, detect leaves in an area, and if there's no leaves in an area, break all the wood and replant. I mean, maybe. That's a thing that might be doable. We'll have to see. But anyway, back to checking out stuff. So anyway, I was distracted by the fact that Horologium showed up, but that's okay. It's always a good time. So the crusher looks neat. Not something I need right now, right? Where are we at? So that would be not harnessing, creating, or harnessing, yeah. So that's, okay, I see. Crumbling catalyst, that's what that does. Extraneous fire starter. At some point one realizes that a furnace is just too slow and consuming of resources to use efficiently. This speeds up a furnace. It is placed on any side of, along with giving it the necessary heat to smelt any of the material. Note, while consuming the required aura for this, the natural levels might drop into the negatives, causing diminishing returns. Oh, that's cool. Alright, that's interesting. So I guess that makes it so that the thing can turn into a hopper, or into a smelter? Cool. Hopper enhancement. Collecting items using hoppers is useful, but sometimes it can be inconvenient, especially if being given a big area that one has to collect items in. For that, the hopper enhancement will be able to help by simply placing it on top of any hopper. It will increase its range of picking up items drastically by about 7 blocks. When collecting an item, it then uses a small amount of aura. Well, that's neat. Kind of like a vacuum hopper, but yeah, basically that. Imperceptible builder. A lot of activities require a person to be around, most of them for placing blocks into the world. This really is a waste of personnel in a time where aura can work in its place. The imperceptible builder will place any blocks you supply it with for a small amount of aura in return. The builder gathers the blocks for placement from any item container placed on top of it. To specify which blocks it should place them on, one needs to hang an item frame on the builder. Okay. In an area of about 5 blocks. Cool. So it looks like what it does, and the farming stencil can be used in the builder to allow it to place things on farmland. Interesting. So it looks like it kind of works like that Botania flower, where like it'll automatically place blocks on top of other blocks, and you specify which block to place things on top of. Neat. All right, so creating aura, right? So we have the ancient trees for creating more aura. There's also the canopy diminisher. Surely, let me read through these guys and just give you guys the gist. So this is interesting. The canopy diminisher, you know how oak trees grow really big sometimes? What this does is it prevents that from happening, so they'll always be normal-sized oak trees, but it also converts the energy that would have been generated into aura. So basically, you know, sometimes you get a huge oak tree. When that happens, it would turn into a normal oak tree instead of huge and dump a bunch of aura into the environment. That's neat. So the herbivorous absorber eats flowers, but you have to feed it different kinds of flowers, so you can't keep feeding it poppies. You have to feed it up to about 6 different kinds of flowers and a cycle, and that'll give it the best effects. Okay. Swamp homie. Oh, that's cool. It eats like moss. So like moss stone, it turns into cobblestone is the gist. That would be a cool thing to automate, right? Like there's ways to turn cobblestone into moss stone and then turn the moss stone back into cobble using this, and it eats the moss and makes it. Okay, that's cool. So those are ways to create aura. This is ways to harness aura. Let's see what natural items and mechanical devices we can find. So there's an aura cache, which looks like a battery of sorts. That's neat. Maybe I'll make one of those. Aura cache, because I think I've got the stuff for that. That's cool. Caching. So you're going to do the thing? That's neat. Cool. And then how's the aura looking? So it'll drain some, but that's okay. We'll see how that goes. It's neat. Oh, cool. When your mouse over here, it'll show you how much. Okay. Wow, it drains aura pretty quickly, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Cool. Okay. There you go. Aura cache. It's a bauble, too. I assume that's going to be used to power some baubles that we're about to look at. Alright, so there's Botanist armor. That looks like it's about as good as iron armor, but it can repair itself using aura, and it can wither mobs if you're wearing a full set. There's also Botanist tools that are pretty similar to iron tools, right? The following pages display how to use the tools and their special features, though. So let's see what those look like. And the aura cache lets you recharge their durability. That's cool. The pickaxe, when interacted with a block, will turn it into its mossy variation, provided that it has one. That's neat. The hand axe, better at removing leaves. The shovel has the ability to make grass grow on fallow land, though simple interaction along with making broader paths on grass. The hoe obtained different kinds of seeds in the ways of old by simply being used on a piece of grass or dirt. Okay. The Botanist blade is a good way of dealing with monsters. It will cause any to be slowed down for a couple seconds. Neat. Alright. Bucket of infinite color. I was curious what this one is. I don't quite understand what this is, the bucket of infinite color. Interesting, though. It looks like it lets you color blocks, but I'm not super sure. Mystical magnifier. When equipped in either hand and interacting with a compatible device, its range of operation will be displayed around it, allowing any contraptions built to be inspected easily. Okay. Cool. Alright, so mechanical devices is what's up next. The depth hopper. Oh, it's like a filter. That's cool. So it's a filtered hopper. You put item frames on the side and it'll filter only those items through. That's cool. Neat. Okay. Aura detector. So that just gives out a redstone signal based on the amount of aura. Okay. And then item grounder. Now that's an interesting thing. It makes it so that items are only picked up by players who are sneaking. And its area of effect is from 0 to 8 blocks, is determined by the strength of redstone signal applied. that's kind of cool. So that makes it so that if items are sitting on the ground and a player walks up to them, he won't pick up the item unless he's sneaking. That's an interesting mechanic. I've not seen a mod do that before. That's kind of cool. All right. So now the next question is, how do we progress? Complete advancements to unlock more. Okay, so let's take a look at our achievements for Nature's Aura. And boy, are there a lot of achievements to look at here. Nature's Aura. So there's the Blue Lotus. Kill the Ender Dragon to make a Rose of Oblivion go. Well, that's neat. Collect aura using a bottle in the end. Create an environmental ocular to see the aura imbalance effects. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Create enough aura to cause positive imbalance effects. Okay. Drain enough aura to cause negative imbalance effects. Collect aura using a bottle in the nether. Create an offering table for the offering to the gods. Okay. Create an extraneous fire starter. So I feel like imperceptible builder to place blocks for you. I'm not sure which one of these. Let's go. I guess like we could. Let's do the spooky, scary skeletons thing. So what we're gonna want is a bottle and cork thing, right? So we'll get some bottles and corks. And let's pop over to the end. I put you in there, did I? Or the nether, I mean. So I'm suspecting maybe bottling stuff up in the nether will open up. And back home. Sweet. Let's see if that opened up some chapters in the book. And it did-ish. Offering to the gods. Alright, so infused iron is good and well, and it has enough natural power to do a variety of things on its own, but for more advanced mechanisms, a more powerful metal is required. For that, and for a lot of other things, the offering to the gods is required. The gods have been, for a long time, the strongest, most powerful beings, and as such, also possess the strongest metals known to man. To construct a way to call to the gods themselves, simply place down an offering table with some flowers around it as depicted on the next page. Then, to start an offering, place any amount of items you want to offer into the bowl on the table, and then throw down the item that will call the gods themselves. In most cases, the spirit of calling close to the table. The requested items will then be, with any luck, rain down from the sky. Sweet. All right, so that's a lot of flowers that we're going to place around there. That's the offering table. And then are these the crafting recipes? So you get a spirit of calling. That's how you make the thing. And then that'll get us ingots of the skies. Tokens of euphoria. Token of terror. So it looks like you can upgrade these tokens that we could make before. Interesting. And I suspect that that's the way to unlock the next chapter. Would be my suspicion. However, it is unfortunately wrapping up point. So we're going to wrap up the episode here. I'm going to prepare an area over here. Let's mark it out, right? It'll probably be this chunk. Yeah. That'll be where we do things. So let me just fill in and exchange this stuff, right? Boop and boop. And then I will get this ready to roll, right? So grass seems like a good, or dirt seems like a good thing to put here, right? I think so. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Anyway, let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. And for now, Darwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Nature's Aura is cool, and I'm definitely enjoying playing with it. So I hope you guys are enjoying watching me play with it. And for now, take it easy.